everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel of the Forensic Times. Today we have come up with a very interesting topic, that is forensic odontology. But before we start off, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for amazing updates on forensic science and also click on the bell icon and stay updated. So you better switch on your brain buttons right now because the facts I'm going to tell you, you will never forget it in your entire life if you listen to me with full concentration. Forensic odontology or forensic dentistry is derived from the Greek word odonto, which means tooth, and logy means its study matter. I would like to ask you a question, just one question. Why? What is the purpose of identification? Be it a criminal, a fugitive, a missing person, unknown dead skeleton, or any anonymous telephone caller. Why do we need to identify that person? Is it that important? Yes. I'll tell you a case that happened in Delhi a few years back. There was a butcher who was accused of murdering a boy. Number of people had seen him brutally beating the boy in the evening, and the same night the shop of the butcher caught fire. The examination of fire was done and an unidentified body, which was beyond recognition, was spotted in the debris. It was believed to be that boy. So the police swung into actions, went through the notions, scores of witnesses were examined. After the prosecution had rested its case, the court asked the defense evidence, and the defense presented the dead boy himself, hale, hearty and kicking. Just like the way an innocent was about to get punished, similarly, many criminals have escaped punishment due to uncertainty of identity. But let's not get into that right now. We will talk about the proper definition of forensic odontology. Application of dental science to legal investigation, primarily involving identification of the offender by comparing dental records to a bite mark left on the victim or identification of a human remain. Now, what is the basic difference between forensic odontology and dentistry? People might get confused between the two. So, dentistry is you evaluate, you diagnose. Suppose I have cavities in my teeth and I go to the doctor and get it cured. That comes under dentistry. But forensic odontology is handling, examination, and evaluation of dental evidence, be it a teeth of a dead body or a bite marks that is used in the interest of justice. So let's see the historical part of it. Now let's get into a little bit boring part of it, but it is as important as the main topic. So Dr. Oscar Amida is the father of forensic odontology. History will take us back to like 4,500 years. Our ancestors were ahead of time than us. But its application started in the 19th century, especially during the World War, when Dr. Paul Revere, the first dentist, identified soldiers using this method. So let's talk about basic dentistry before getting into the details. Now, who can tell me the dental formula of adult human teeth? Write down in the comment section and let us see how many of us paid attention in the biology class in school. So, as you can see, the different structures of different part of the teeth, let's discuss over it. That the crown is the part above the gum line. The neck is the part where the crown and the root meet. Root is the embedded part, which is embedded in the bony socket, as you can see in the picture. Dentine is the connective tissue that has calcified and gives the teeth its basic shape. Pulp is a softer connective tissue inside the teeth, and it contains nerves and blood vessels. Enamel is the calcium carbonate and calcium phosphate covering the dentine. Cementum, bone-like substance that covers the dentine in the roots. And periodontal ligament anchors the tooth to the bone and keeps the teeth in alignment and acts as a shock absorber. Now what is the evidential potential of it? I'll tell you a case that took place in Canada. There was a serial killer called the Vampire Rapist, and his name was Wayne C. Borden, who had raped and killed many females during 1969 to 71. He was a sex offender who did not leave any tangible evidence except a bite mark on the victim's body. The judge accepted the examination that was done by the experts, and it was the first case in North America where conviction was based upon bite marks alone. So the dental evidence is long lasting, almost permanent. It can help the identification of a victim even after decades. Thus, evidence is superior to even fingerprints when it comes to permanency. So, we know that teeth is the hardest part of the body which can withstand insults that other tissues cannot, like desiccation, decomposition, impact forces, fire. It can withstand direct heat of about 600 degrees and indirect heat of about 1800 degrees. Can anyone tell me why this happens? Okay, write down in the comment section what you think is the answer of that question. That what makes the teeth withstand so much of insult? So, the dental evidence, it can be used in different cases: murders, mass disaster, kidnapping, sexual abuses, child abuse, etc. The expertise lead us to, in case of mass disasters, murders, burns, skeletonized body, what we have is sex, age, and facial reconstruction. We can find out these things by using the dental evidence. And in case of bite marks, we can examine it, document it, and then later on match the conclusion with the suspect's dentition. Now, how do we determine the gender? There are two methods: morphological method and molecular analysis. Morphological method is size of the tooth, root length, crown diameter, dental index, etc. But it can vary person to person and it can even change with time. And then we have the molecular analysis, that is bar bodies. Cool down the tooth to extreme low temperature using liquid nitrogen and then grind it and extract the DNA. But in case you don't want to destroy the evidence, you can isolate the tooth canal and scrap the pulp, extract the DNA, and then polymerized chain reaction can be done. There's a protein, in fact, major matrix protein called amylogenin. So females have two identical AMEL gene or alleles because of the XX chromosome, whereas male have two different AMEL gene due to the XY chromosome. So that is the basic difference, that how can you determine and differentiate between a male and a female sample. Now, how do we determine the age? There are many methods, out of which we shall discuss only two. So the neonatal line is estimation, which indicates that it is a live birth, but its absence does not mean that it's stillbirth because it can take few weeks to form. Then we have the Lemendin method, that is looking at the transparency of the teeth and etc. Bite marks. Bite marks are very common in sexual abuse, theft, fighting, assault, child abuse, etc. In fact, a person can even create a fake bite mark to accuse another person. A typical bite has a double horse-like structure. A bite mark can actually tell you a lot of things: the number of orientation, shape, size, sharpness of the teeth involved, mental and emotional state of the bites, and resistance to it by the victim. Now, there is very famous person named Ted Bundy, who is also called the handsome devil. We shall discuss about him in our next video in great detail, so stay tuned and updated. Till then, you can tell us what you know about him. Hope you liked the presentation, and if you did, give a thumbs up and tell us what would you like us to cover through our next videos. You can even connect with us via different social media platforms. Links are in the description box. Till then, stay home, stay safe, keep supporting. Bye. Do click on the subscribe button if you wish to have the finest content over the internet. Trust me or not, it is going to be the best decision of your life. Give a thumbs up if you like the idea of the Forensic Times, and make sure you leave a comment as to what else would you like us to cover through this YouTube channel. If you wish to join us and volunteer, click on the links in the description box.